What's up, everybody? Welcome to the CWT Business YouTube channel. So for today's video, I basically want to talk about working from home. I feel like with the coronavirus going on right now and everyone being like quarantined at home, a lot of people have been like having to take their work to their house and like work from home. And like to some people, I feel like they work better this way. And to some people like myself, it's a lot more difficult. To me, I find being home to be like way more distracting and like have way more going on. It's definitely been insanely difficult to get the same amount of work done while being home, and it's just a lot. Like it's so distracting. Like there's much stuff going on. Like it's hard to like record like podcast episodes, like write for the blog, make videos. Like I think this video is the first I've made in like slightly over a week, which isn't really that much time, but still like with the algorithm, I need to be going like more like every day, not like once a week. Like that's the goal. Like that's how much I'm trying to upload. And it's like actually, making content and like working like on top of like my college work too, because as y'all know, like I'm in college, and I basically like my college got shut down, so I had to bring everything back home and like start working, at home. I have a college work, and then building like my business brand and like my clothing brand and like a new entertainment company I'm working on. Like working on all that together while like having to stay in the house, like not being able to go out there, like meetings going virtual, like having to keep myself on a schedule instead of being forced to be on a schedule. It's just like a lot harder to adapt to. So really, like by trying to adapt, I've been having to work on some stuff, and I decided to share it to see if there's any other people out there who are like, struggling like I am, like working from home, to like see if I can help them. One thing that I had to learn is that, so like back in my dorm room, like I would wake up really early in the morning to like get a bunch of work done on my business before I officially start going to class. So I'd wake up, start working on like creating content and like marketing for my clothing brand, and then go to class, and then like work, get all my work done, and then go back to working on my business, then go to sleep. So it's like now I'm having to make sure that I stay on the same schedule. Like obviously that's kind of impossible now that I'm back home. Like I can't just be working all the time, but I'm trying to make sure that I don't start sleeping in, because I feel like with me anyway that that's counterproductive. Like if I wake up early and immediately start working, or especially like back home, like if I wake up before everyone else does, it's a lot easier for me to be able to like get stuff done. And also like one thing is that like now I don't have to go to class. Like everything's online at different times. Like I don't have to like physically wake up and like make sure I'm at a place in a certain time, and that's one thing that I have to pretend basically that I have to do. Otherwise, if I sleep in and like, I take that step, it's really hard to procrastinate till like nighttime, and then like, I finish everything, but I got nothing done, like nothing else done. I didn't create an episode, like podcast episode. I didn't post on YouTube. I didn't create anything for my blog. My clothing brand had no marketing. My entertainment company was not being built, and it's just there's a lot that I need to do, or that not need to do. There's a lot that I want to do that I'm not able to do by procrastinating all day and then, spending all night trying to work on. And that actually is something that I basically found out when I first got back home. It was like, it's kind of difficult to like stay on the same schedule, but you kind of have to make yourself, and eventually it does become habit. Like I remember sleeping, it was like I'm the kind of person that likes, like I'm a night owl. I like to be up all night and then, sleep the day. And it's like basically I had to force myself to start adapting to a sleep schedule so that I was able to get the right amount of sleep and also be productive in the morning and be productive at night. Another thing that like I'm making sure I do is like work on my desk and like make sure there's no other distractions by like turning everything off, putting everything away. Basically that's difficult for me because like a lot of the work I do on like my computer, and like marketing like through my phone, because I mostly do social media marketing. But it's like making sure there's no other distractions, nothing to distract you from working is important. Like if you're on your phone, if you're on your computer, make sure it's about work. Not let yourself do anything else, and try to eliminate as much distractions as possible. Also, do not let yourself work on your bed. That's one thing that like I was having to deal with. It was like a lot of, with everything going online, and it was like all my work going online. It was easy to just, stay in bed and work, and I've had to force myself not to, because I found out if I do that, I just want to sleep. So do not let yourself do that. if you're like me, like if you work that way. I'm not trying to tell anyone what to do. I'm just trying to give advice on like what helps me, so that way people can adapt. Like basically right now it's just, we're not in a good situation with everything going on. Like a lot of us are forced to work from home, and it's just a lot to deal with. So, you know, basically we just have to make sure we find what works for us, and we still continue to be productive. We still continue to be doing everything that we can, because like if we take all of this, and we slack even just a little bit, we'll develop that habit, and then it'll be insanely difficult to overcome that in the future. I really hope this was able to help someone, learn like basically from my habits, like what can work for you. Let me know if it did in the comments below. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. And that's all for this episode. Thank you so much for watching, and bye.